Magnus Carlsen checkmated Bill Gates in just 9 moves and 9 seconds. So what did the world champion play which made this masterpiece? Let's check it out. Okay, so the video starts. Bill Gates starts the game with 1 e4. Magnus Carlsen is hesitating. I can see the clock is on the left side of the black pieces and Magnus just has 30 seconds against 2 minutes with Bill Gates. He adjusts his pieces on the board, starts the clock, and now he plays the move knight to c6. White plays the move knight to f3 and black instantly plays the move d5 and the pieces fall down. Magnus loses 2 of his crucial seconds of the game, and white is thinking, plays bishop to d3 is an inaccuracy because the pawn is blocked, and now black puts pressure on the white pawn. Knight f6, pawn takes, the queen is out, and okay, knight to c3, a brilliant move, bringing out the knight with a tempo. Queen goes to h5 and the king is in open, the queen is coming out, and the bishop is also going to come out and put a lot of pressure on the board. Bill Gates is thinking, giving me rest to commentate, but bishop g5 comes in after castles. The knight is in tremendous attack, and here Bill Gates plays the move h3. That is a brilliant move because after simplifying, white will be better, but Magnus Carlsen sacrifices his bishop. H takes bishop, knight takes bishop, and now here only worry is that the queen s2 would be made, but knight takes a knight and queen s2 is a mate in just 9 moves and 9 seconds. Magnus Carlsen handshakes and everyone is shocked because knight takes knight was a blunder. Oh my goodness. And it was so fast that I could not process it. So let's go to the board and let's see what did just happen. Okay, the game starts with the move e4, knight c6, knight f3, d5. Until here everything is very good. But here the pawn was attacked. The pawn was attacked right like this. So the bishop came to d3, which was not a good move because now this pawn is crying because now it can't advance. And for that same reason, this bishop is also crying because it can't come out. And the better move would have been e takes d5, or let's say like this, e takes d5, because queen takes, knight c3, queen d6 and d4, and white is doing very well. And the second best move which is possible to find is e5, because after e5 the idea is that you are not allowing this knight to develop here, restricting black's position. But under that time control and Bill Gates playing chess, we see bishop to d3 on board, followed by knight to f6, putting pressure on this pawn, and here as well putting pressure on this pawn. Here as well white could have played the move pawn to e5, attacking this knight. The knight would have gone behind, or g4, and the game would have continued better. But white takes the pawn, but this was not a good move. Of course it's a good move, but seeing the situation, the queen pounces in, and as you saw at the last, the queen delivers a checkmate. So this was not a good move. But after this, white played the move knight to c3, attacking the queen, which is a brilliant move, bringing out the knight with tempo. Queen goes to h5 and castles. Here, even though the engine would say castles is a good move, but seeing that black is Magnus Carlsen, as well as his queen is here, the knight is here, these knights can potentially come out and the bishop can come out, I would have never ever castled in that position. I would have played some move like bishop e2, d4, and bring out this bishop that is lonely right there. But in the game we see castles. After castles, instantly black plays the move bishop to g4, and white plays the move h3, which is a brilliant move. Why? Because here the best move is bishop takes knight, queen takes, and pawn takes, and here black is best. But seeing that Magnus Carlsen is having just 20 to 25 seconds and white has this structure with the queens of the board, it is impossible to checkmate white in just 20 seconds without the queen. So h3 was a brilliant decision, and Magnus Carlsen saw that he had to keep the queen on the board, and hence he played a crazy move, that is knight to e5. He sacrificed the knight, not the knight, the bishop, because the knight could not be taken, as you can see that this queen would be hanging, but the bishop can be taken, which white did. white took the bishop with the pawn, and here knight f takes g4, not knight e takes g4. Why? Because you can see knight e takes g4, then queen to h2 is not a major threat as the knight still defends this h2 square. But what Magnus played is knight f takes g4, and here queen h2 is a threat because here the knight is not at f6 but at e5. So the threat is knight takes knight, destroying the defender, queen takes, and then delivering a checkmate on the h2 square, which was the plan of black. But Bill Gates made it more simpler by playing knight takes knight, because now queen to h2 was directly a checkmate, and which made Magnus beat Bill Gates in 9 moves and 9 seconds. Some might argue it was not 9 seconds, but yeah, Magnus was just pausing the clock, so it is not yet confirmed that what was the time. But yes, this game was brilliant in the sense that Magnus Carlsen showing that why is he called the chess world champion, and of course Bill Gates, the billionaire, playing chess in that sense is a very great deal. So yes, this was for today's video. I hope that you liked this video. If you liked it, click down the like button so that more people can see it, and also if you like such videos, you can subscribe to my channel Chess Craze. And yes, till then, stay safe, play chess and keep learning. Bye bye.